Imagine if one simple phrase could change your entire financial destiny. If every time you glanced at a dollar bill, you activated a divine force that multiplied your wealth beyond comprehension. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe money doesn't disappear? It responds. Have you noticed how some people always seem to have it, effortlessly, while others chase it endlessly with nothing but frustration in return? There is no magic in the dollar bill itself, but there is tremendous magic in how you speak to it, how you feel about it, and how you think of it when you hold it in your hand, or even glimpse it in a movie, a wallet, or lying crumpled on the street. Most people treat money with fear. They fear it won't come, they fear it will go, they fear it will run out. And that fear forms a blockade in the mind, an invisible wall that stops the flow of divine riches. Now, let me take your hand and lead into a truth I discovered through years of spiritual practice and teaching. Money is not your enemy, nor your master. It is your friend, it is your obedient servant, it is energy, and energy responds always to the words we speak and the feelings we nourish. I say to you today, bless your money. That is the golden key. That is the forgotten command. That is the great reversal of lack. And when you do, when you truly mean it, you set into motion a current of infinite supply that never runs dry. So the next time you see a dollar bill, do not pass it by without reverence. Do not sigh at how little it is. Do not curse the bills you must pay. Instead, say with a full heart, I bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. Say it again and again until your subconscious accepts it as law, because it is law. You see, when you speak such a phrase, you do not merely say words. You plant seeds, seeds in the fertile soil of divine consciousness, and those seeds grow according to their kind. A blessing brings increase, a curse brings loss. This is not theory, it is the invisible law of circulation. Just as blood must flow through the body, money must flow through your life. Hoarded money becomes like stagnant water. It grows stale and loses its power. But blessed money, joyful money, money greeted with thanks and sent forth with purpose, it returns like a faithful servant bearing gifts. I have seen this truth work in the lives of countless souls. A woman once told me she feared money, for every time she received some, a bill would follow. I told her to stop fearing and start blessing. I told her to greet each dollar like an honored guest and say, you are welcome here. You are my servant, and I send you forth to multiply. She began doing this, and within a month, unexpected checks arrived, debts dissolved, and the tightness in her chest lifted. Money, like all divine energy, seeks love. It is repelled by fear. It avoids resentment. It hides from greed, but it dances toward joy, and it runs to those who welcome it with gratitude. That is why you must say the phrase, not with mechanical repetition, but with the full weight of belief behind it. Let it be a sacred ritual, a holy invocation each time you see a dollar. Whether you're paying for groceries, tipping a server, or scrolling past money in an ad. Pause. Bless it, feel the gratitude rise up, and let the phrase flow. I bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. Say it as if you were speaking to the presence of divine supply itself, for you are. You are not just addressing paper. You are speaking to the divine intelligence that uses that paper as its vehicle. And when you speak with love, that intelligence answers. Always, the spiritual logic behind this is clear. What you recognize appreciates, what you fear flees, what you bless multiplies, and what you curse diminishes. This is the law of cause and effect working through the realm of spoken word. You do not need to understand the mechanics, just as a farmer need not understand photosynthesis to trust that his seeds will grow when he plants them in faith. Your affirmation is your seed. The field is your consciousness. Your words are the water. And gratitude is the sunlight. What a powerful position you are in when you choose to bless instead of resent, to give thanks instead of complain, to affirm abundance instead of repeating the mantra of lack. Do you see now why your wealth has little to do with your salary or circumstances? It has everything to do with your inner posture toward money. If you see money as a fearful taskmaster, it will treat you like a slave. But if you see it as a joyful partner in your divine journey, it will walk beside you, bring comfort, and open doors you thought forever shut. I challenge you, no, I invite you, to try this for 30 days. Every time you see money in any form, speak the blessing. Let it rise from your heart. Feel it, believe it. And do not be surprised when shifts begin to occur. Not only outside, but within. Suddenly, bills will feel lighter. Opportunities will begin to form. Small surprises of cash or kindness will arrive. Your fear will begin to shrink, and a new confidence will take its place. You are not repeating empty words. You are calling upon the law of prosperity to work for you. You are activating the spiritual blueprint that already exists within you. And the more you practice this, the more it compounds. This is no different than lifting a weight or playing an instrument. Your financial muscle must be trained. And this simple phrase is your daily repetition. Bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. Let this be the melody in your soul. Let it be your morning greeting, your midday whisper, your evening song. Let it become part of your rhythm, your breath, your expectation. And when you do, you will begin to witness something profound, the shift from scarcity to sufficiency, from anxiety to peace, from frustration to flow. Money will no longer be a stranger or enemy. It will be your faithful helper. And that, dear one, is not fantasy. That is the divine law, waiting only for your faith to unlock it. Now let us go deeper, dear soul, for surface change never lasts. True transformation must touch the root, and the root lies within your thoughts, your feelings, and the words you release into the world. If you have ever wondered why wealth seems to run from you, while others attract it like bees to nectar, understand this: the difference is not in effort, not in talent, not even in education. It is in vibration. Everything is energy, and energy moves in response to consciousness. I repeat this truth not to fill the air with phrases, but to engrave it upon your inner being. Energy moves where your focus flows. If you focus on lack, you multiply lack. If you focus on fear, you draw more fear. But the moment you bless money, you shift the current. You turn your consciousness toward the stream of divine supply, and supply rushes to meet you. And so I urge you again and again, every time you see a dollar bill, do not let it pass you by. Do not look at it with longing, or with jealousy, or with anxiety. Instead, meet it like an old friend arriving at your door. Smile, feel, say it once more. I bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. Feel the power in those words. Let them not simply pass your lips. Let them rise from your soul. When you truly speak this phrase with belief, you are no longer a beggar in the realm of wealth. You become a master of your own flow. You stop chasing money like a tired wanderer in the desert. Instead, you call it to you as a river calls the rain, as flowers call the sun, because you are aligned. You are receptive. You are in harmony with the universal supply. You must understand this: the outer world mirrors the inner, and your inner speech, what you say to yourself in silence, forms your experience. You may walk around saying, I want more money, but if the silent words underneath are, I'll never have enough, then guess which phrase the universe answers? It answers the one with more emotion, more belief, more repetition. So now you see why affirmation alone is not enough. It must be felt, it must be believed. And how do you believe? By repetition, by replacing the old words of fear with new words of faith. That is why we bless money, again and again and again. Every dollar you see becomes a cue, a sacred reminder, to declare your wealth, affirm your abundance, to reset your vibration to receive. This is your practice. This is your power. This is how you rebuild the house of your financial life, one brick of blessing at a time. And let me tell you, the bricks of blessing are stronger than fear, more lasting than worry, more fruitful than anxiety. I have seen it with my own eyes. A man once came to me in great distress. He had lost his business, his savings, his reputation. He was filled with shame and anger. He said to me, Florence, how can I bless money when it has abandoned me? And I replied, it is not money that abandoned you, but your faith. Begin again. Start small. Find a single dollar, and instead of cursing it for being small, bless it for being present. And every time you see a dollar, speak the words of increase. He did this, reluctantly at first, then with more heart, then with joy, and what followed was nothing short of miraculous. A former client reached out, offering a project. New ideas flowed. Debts dissolved. Confidence returned. Within 6 months, he was not only financially stable, but more peaceful than he had ever been. Why? Because he reversed the current. He stopped speaking against his money and began speaking to it with reverence. And money, being the obedient energy it is, responded, as it will for you, as it must. For this is law. Knock money has no opinion. It is not judging your past. It is not rewarding the clever or punishing the poor. It simply follows the vibration you offer. Offer fear and it recedes. Offer love and it draws near. And what greater act of love is there than to bless something? To say, you are good, you are welcome, you are mine, and I send you forth to multiply. Imagine what would happen if every transaction you made became a blessing ceremony. Imagine paying a bill and saying, I bless this money, and I know it returns to me multiplied. Imagine tipping a stranger and saying, I bless this gift and the hands that receive it. Imagine giving money to someone in need and declaring, "This is divine flow, and I am its channel." Now, multiply that across a day, a week, a month. Your entire financial life would transform. Not because the outer world changed first, but because you changed. Your vibration shifted, your relationship with money healed, and as within, so without. Let me repeat something vital. Your relationship with money is just like any other relationship. It reflects what you consistently say, feel, and believe about it. If you constantly say, "I can't afford this," or "money doesn't come easy," then you are insulting the very friend you want close. But if you begin to say, "Money flows to me freely. I bless my money. Money is my joyful servant," then you create a warm, inviting space for it to enter. You become a magnet. You become a lighthouse. You become the fertile ground where the seeds of supply can flourish. And here is a secret I must share with you. Something I have come to know deep in my spiriting. Money desires to serve you. It is not meant to rule you. It is not meant to torment or tempt or burden you. It is meant to serve you as a divine instrument to fulfill your purpose, your joy, your peace. But to be your servant, it must first be honored. Not worshipped, but respected. Not feared, but welcomed. And that is what your phrase does. Each time you say, "I bless this money and all money that flows to me," you are unlocking the vault of heaven with your voice. You are parting the clouds of lack. You are turning on the faucet of favor, and you must say it often. Not once, not twice, but continuously, joyfully, gratefully, until your mind accepts it as the new normal. Think of your affirmation as a spiritual toothbrush. You would not brush your teeth once a week and expect perfect hygiene. In the same way, you cannot speak abundance once and expect lasting wealth. You must do it daily, lovingly, faithfully. And what will happen is your inner critic will quiet. Your outer circumstances will begin to bend. You will see signs. A refund here, a gift there, a canceled debt, a new opportunity, an old door swinging open. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. They are echoes of your spoken word returning to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. And even more beautiful than the outer results is the inner peace that comes. For as you speak blessing, you dissolve fear. As you affirm wealth, you cancel worry. As you declare divine flow, you cut the cords of old stories that no longer serve you. This, my dear, is spiritual mastery. This is not greed. This is not chasing riches for vanity. This is remembering who you are. A vessel of divine supply, a co-creator with infinite wisdom, a child of the universe entitled to its abundance. But with this blessing comes responsibility. Not to hoard, but to circulate. Not to fear losing, but to trust the return. Not to flaunt, but to flow. Because true prosperity is never selfish. It blesses all it touches. And so, each time you bless money, you not only lift yourself, lift the world. For every dollar you bless becomes a messenger of good, carrying your intention, your joy, your energy into the lives of others. That, too, returns. That, too, is multiplied. So speak the phrase, not just in privacy but in presence. Say it aloud. Whisper it under your breath. Write it on your mirror. Place it on your phone screen. Make it the wallpaper of your mind. I bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. This is your daily prayer. This is your energetic alignment. This is the key you hold in your own hand. You no longer need to wait for someone to rescue you financially. You no longer need to chase approval, beg for crumbs, or suffer in silence. You are now the channel. You are now the fountain. You are now the one who blesses and receives, who gives and is given unto, who circulates joyfully and receives abundantly. All of this is yours. It always was. The only thing missing was your agreement with it. And that agreement begins with a phrase. One sacred phrase, spoken often, believed fully, felt deeply. Say it. Feel it. Believe it. Begin again. Every dollar is your chance to change the current. Every moment is your chance to shift the vibration. Your wealth does not begin when you have more money. It begins the moment you bless what you already have. Even if it is one single dollar. Bless it, and watch it grow. And so we continue, dear listener, as the river of truth flows onward, not stopping for doubt, not pausing for fear. By now your soul has begun to stir. Something ancient and powerful within you is remembering. Remembering that you are not a victim of circumstance. You are not at the mercy of banks, markets, or opinions. You are not meant to toil endlessly with clenched fists and a heart full of worry. You are a vessel of divine abundance. And every dollar you see is not just a piece of paper. It is a divine symbol, a spiritual messenger, an invitation to align. This is why we say the phrase, not as habit, but as ritual, not as superstition but as sacred command. I bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant. circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. Can you feel it shifting you already? With every repetition, old beliefs are crumbling. The fear that once held your finances hostage is losing its grip. The walls that scarcity built in your mind are beginning to crack, and through those cracks pours the golden light of truth. Yes, truth. Because this is not theory. This is spiritual law. As sure as the sun rises, what you bless increases. And when you bless money, you are not just blessing paper. You are blessing your own consciousness, your own worthiness, your own place in the divine order of prosperity. Let me ask you something gently, with love. How have you spoken about money this past year? What words have you whispered when the bills arrived? What thoughts have filled your mind at the checkout counter, at the gas pump, when your bank balance flashed before your eyes? Were they words of love? Or were they laced with dread, with shame, with guilt? I do not ask to judge, but to awaken. Because everything that surrounds you now is an echo of past thought. But everything you desire is an echo of future thought you are planting now. The great gift of being alive is this: you can begin again. You can uproot the weeds of lack and plant seeds of plenty. You can stop repeating old lines like, "I can't afford it," or "money slips through my fingers," and instead write a new script, a higher script, a script that sings with faith. And your line, your most powerful line, is this: I bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. Speak it with a smile. Speak it even through tears. Speak it when you have a lot, and when you have little. Speak it until it becomes your new truth. You are not lying. You are aligning. You are speaking from the higher realm where abundance already exists. For in spirit, there is no delay, only demonstration. But the demonstration waits for your vibration, and your vibration follows your words. That is why I say, watch what you say. Do not curse your finances, for what you course is what you drive away. Do not joke about being broke, for humor laced with fear still plants the seed of lack. Instead, say only what you wish to create. Money flows to me freely. I bless my wealth. Divine supply is never empty, and I am one with divine supply. These are not empty phrases. These are coded prayers, keys to doors you cannot see with your eyes, but which open when your heart is aligned. And the phrase, "I bless this money," is one of the most potent keys of all. When you bless something, you connect with it in love. And love is the highest vibration of all. It overrides fear. It dissolves shame. It rewires the mind. And over time, as you speak these words with belief, your subconscious will begin to accept a new identity. An identity of abundance, of sufficiency, of joyful flow. The old voice that said, "There's never enough," will grow quieter. And a new voice will rise up that says, "There's always more," where that came from. And that voice, my dear, is the voice of faith. That is the voice that moves mountains. That is the voice that creates worlds. And it lives in you. You simply need to give it words. Give it life. Give it repetition. You do not need to strain or try to believe instantly. Belief grows with use. Just like a muscle grows stronger with repetition, your faith muscle strengthens each time you speak the truth, even before you see results. And the beauty is this: results will come. They always do, perhaps subtly at first. A refund you didn't expect. A bill that's suddenly paid. A new opportunity that arrives just when you thought the road was closed. These are signs, not coincidences. They are proof that your words are working, your vibration is shifting, and divine supply is moving toward you. Do not doubt the delay. Delay is not denial. It is preparation. And while you wait, you bless. You say, even now when it seems slow, I bless my money. You say, even when I don't yet see it, I know it's on the way. You say, I am aligned with divine flow, and all my needs are met in perfect time. This is how you anchor the new reality. This is how you break the loop of lack. Let me tell you a story of a young woman who came to one of my classes, her eyes filled with sadness. She said she worked hard, prayed hard, tried everything, but still struggled. I asked her, "What do you say every time you see your paycheck?" She replied, "I sigh and think, this isn't enough." I told her gently, "That sight is a curse. That thought is a command. Change it." I gave her the phrasing, "Bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied." She wrote it on her mirror. She whispered it to her wallet. She said it as she walked to work. At first it felt silly, then it felt soothing, then it felt true. And within 3 months, her job offered her more hours. Then, a raise. Then, a freelance opportunity appeared. Money began to meet her with kindness. Not because the world suddenly became generous, but because she became generous in thought. She became open. She became willing to bless. And so she was blessed. And so I say to you, What you bless, blesses you. What you bless multiplies. This is not just spiritual, it is scientific. The subconscious mind accepts repetition. The universe mirrors energy. Words carry vibration, and when spoken with belief, they rewire the field of your reality. Think of every dollar you see as a mirror. What you say to it is what it reflects back. Say, "You're not enough," and you'll feel never enough. Say, "You are blessed," and you'll feel supported. The phrase becomes your pivot, from fear to faith, from hoarding to circulation, from lack to love. This is your daily miracle, hidden in plain sight. But here's the most important thing. Don't just say it when things are easy. Say it especially when things are tight, when the bills pile up, when the worry creeps in, when the old voices whisper, "It's not working." That's when you must speak louder. That's when your voice of truth must rise. That's when you say, "I bless this money, I bless this bill, I bless this moment, and I know even now, supply is flowing." Do not let appearances fool you. The seen is temporary, the unseen is eternal. And when you speak words of blessing, you are operating in the unseen. You are setting forces into motion. You are aligning with divine order, and divine order never fails. Never so. Keep blessed speaking. Keep believing. This is your practice. This is your power. This is your path. And do not underestimate the ripple effect. Your words not only change your life, they change the world around you. Every time you bless money, you raise the vibration of that energy. And when that blessed money moves into the hands of another, it carries your vibration with it. You become a force for good, a silent healer, a secret miracle maker. That is how powerful you are. That is how powerful your words are. And so, once more, let's say it together. I bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. Let this be your anchor. Let this be your anthem. Let this be your new spiritual heartbeat. For what you say, you become. And what you bless, you welcome. And what you welcome returns with gifts in both hands. And now we come to a sacred turning point, dear soul. A place where theory becomes practice, where knowing must become doing. You've heard the phrase, you've felt its resonance, you've tasted the peace it brings. But now comes the deeper application, the integration into the rhythm of your days. For it is not enough to know that money is energy. It must become your living experience. It must flow into your morning routines, your errands, your conversations, your reflections. Spiritual truth only bears fruit when planted in action. So, I ask you now, where can you apply this affirmation in your life? Today, this very hour. Let us walk together through the common moments, the ordinary spaces where most people forget their power. And let us reclaim those moments with conscious blessing. Picture yourself opening your wallet. Instead of sighing or mentally calculating what you can afford, pause. Look at your money, touch it with reverence, and say, I bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. Now feel the energy shift. Your wallet is no longer a container of lack, it is a temple of flow. Imagine paying a bill. Most people tense up, resist, or silently resent. But not you. You are now awakened. You are in alignment. So you say, I bless this payment. I bless the service it provided. I release this money with joy, knowing it returns to me multiplied. And suddenly, the transaction becomes a celebration. You are not losing. You are circulating. You are not depleted. You are invested in the cycle of divine supply. Picture receiving money, whether in your account, in your hands, or even in the form of change from a cashier. Most people take it mindlessly, with barely a glance. But not you. You receive with gratitude. You whisper the words, I bless this money and all money that flows to me. You do not judge the amount, whether it is a cent or a stack. You bless it, because all seeds carry the same potential when blessed. Every century coin, every unexpected refund or reward becomes a divine messenger, arriving to confirm your alignment. Even seeing money on screen, a dollar bill in a movie, a price tag in a shop window, an image in a social media post, these too become to bless. Choose to affirm, choose to realign. Say it quietly in your mindy, I bless that money. I bless the hands it moves through. I bless the prosperity that flows in this world. And just like that, your entire financial world shifts. Because the vibration you emit expands. What you touch with blessing becomes holy. And what you repeatedly bless becomes magnetized to your life. Do you see the brilliance of this practice? It transforms the mundane into the miraculous. It turns everyday life into a laboratory of abundance. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Until it is no longer a task, it is your second nature. But let me pause here and offer a gentle warning. One that must be heard with a loving heart. Do not let this affirmation become mechanical. Do not let it harden into habit without feeling. For words without feeling are like seeds cast on stone. They do not root, they do not bloom. You must feel the vibration behind the words. You must speak them with joy, with expectation, with knowing. Even if your faith is small, let your feeling be sincere. Say it with a smile. Say it like you mean it. And if you catch yourself saying it with doubt, pause, breathe, center yourself, and start again, softly but with conviction. I bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. Let the words land, let them settle, let them echo in your bones. And then, move through your day with quiet confidence, not chasing money, not fearing bills, but walking as one who knows a divine supply is unlimited, and I am part of it. That knowing is your wealth. That vibration is your abundance. That inner state is what draws all good to you. And the more you live in this state, the more your outer world bends to reflect it. But there's more still. Something that few consider, yet is critical to sustaining the flow. Bless the wealth of others. Yes, that's right. Instead of comparing, envying, or judging the prosperity of others, bless it. When you see someone with a beautiful home, a luxurious car, a flourishing business, do not recoil in envy. Say inwardly, I bless their wealth. I bless their prosperity. I rejoice in their good, and I know mine is on the way. Do this with sincerity, and you dissolve the walls of separation. You end the lie that says their abundance takes away from yours. It does not. There is enough for all. Divine supply does not run dry, and what you celebrate in others, you invite into your own life. This is advanced spiritual practice. It purifies your field. It makes you a magnet of grace. It ends the silent war within you, for resentment blocks, but rejoicing unlock. Say it again. I bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. This phrase is not just for receiving. It is for releasing, for giving, for observing, for noticing. It is your constant companion. Let it accompany you in every money moment. Let it be your bridge from fear to faith, from lack to love. And soon, a shift will occur. Not just in how you speak about money, but in how you feel about it. You will begin to feel peace where panic once lived. You will feel flow where frustration once stood. You will walk into stores with lightness, not tension. You will make purchases with trust, not guilt. You will hold money with joy, not tightness. And this feeling, this state of being is the true wealth. Because from that state, all else flows. Opportunities come. Doors open. Ideas land. Relationships heal. Generosity blossoms. And all of it began with a single phrase, spoken with faith. I bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. Never underestimate the power of one phrase repeated with belief. It changes your chemistry. It changes your thinking. It changes your results. A woman once shared with me that she had lived her whole life believing that money was hard, that she was not good with finances, that abundance belonged to other people. I told her, try this phrase. Say it daily. Say it when it feels ridiculous. Say it even if you don't believe it. Yet, just say it with love. She did. And she began to notice small changes. Her intuition led her to make wiser decisions. Her friends began referring clients. Her own ideas gained clarity. Within 1 year she was debt-free, but more importantly, she was free from the fear. Her voice no longer shook when she spoke of money. She smiled when paying bills. She gave with joy. Why? Because she changed the vibration. She changed the energy, and that changed her world. You can do the same. You are doing the same even now. As you listen, as you breathe, as you remember your power. This is not about fantasy. This is about alignment. The dollar bill is not magical, but your word is. Your hurt is. Your belief is. And when you combine those in one sacred phrase, spoken with sincerity, you become unstoppable. Say it now, once more from the center of your being. Bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. Let it echo within. Let it become a song, a rhythm, a way of life. And let every moment with money, giving it, receiving it, seeing it, thinking about it, become a moment of blessing. For what you bless, blesses you. And what you bless, becomes yours. And now, dear soul, we arrive at the place where truth settles in not just as knowledge, but as lived reality. You have listened, absorbed, and felt the truth stirring within you. That divine supply is real. That money responds not to your fear but to your faith. Not to your effort alone, but to your energy. This entire journey has not been about money itself, but about you. Your inner state, your words, your vibration, and your sacred role as a co-creator of abundance. So I ask you now, gently and boldly, are you ready to begin anew? Are you ready to walk the world not as one in lack, but as one aligned with limitless flow? Are you willing to bless every dollar, every cent, every card, every transaction, every bank notification, every receipt, not because of what it is, but because of what it represents. Because each is evidence that you are part of a greater divine circulation, and you have the power to shape its direction with your thoughts and your words. I urge you now to take everything we've explored and bring it into action. Not once, not just when it's convenient, but as a sacred daily devotion. This is not a trick. This is not a tactic. This is a transformation of consciousness. And dear listener, is what creates all results. So here is my challenge to you, a divine invitation straight from Spirit, for the next 30 days. Every time you see a dollar bill, whether in your hand, in your wallet, on the ground, on a screen, in a book, in someone else's hand, in a conversation, you will speak the phrase with love and confidence. I bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. Say it out loud when you can, whisper it when needed, think it silently when you must. But say it with your whole being. Say it until the vibration of lack no longer lives in your system. Say it until your subconscious no longer flinches at wealth, but welcomes it like an old friend. Say it until the words are no longer something you say. They become something you are. Because that's what this phrase truly is. It's not a sentence. It's an identity. It's not just words. It's a vibration. It's not a hope. It's a law. And the more you align with that law, the more the universe opens to you, not reluctantly, but joyfully, generously, abundantly. Do not wait for the outer to change. You are the change. You are the beginning. You are the spark that lights the fire of financial peace, wealth, and flow. Do not delay. Begin today. Begin now. This very moment, you can pick up your wallet, glance at the smallest bill and say, I bless this money. And that one small act begins to rewrite the entire script of your financial life. Yes, it's that powerful. Yes, it's that simple. But it must be done with consistency. That is the great key. Many begin, but few remain consistent. Be the one who remains. Be the one who doesn't quit after 3 days. Be the one who keeps going, even when the evidence hasn't yet arrived. Because the evidence will come, the demonstration will follow. It must. The law is perfect. But it requires your agreement. It requires your loyalty to the truth over appearances. You see, money doesn't respond to desperate need. It responds to alignment, to openness, to blessing. And if I could leave one final truth etched in your heart, it would be this: you are not here to struggle. You are not here to survive paycheck to paycheck, to dread the mailbox, to feel small in shops, to apologize for wanting more. You are here to be an instrument of divine abundance. You are here to reflect the richness of the infinite. You are here to live with ease, to give with joy, to receive without guilt, to circulate wealth like love. And the phrase you now carry is the gateway to all of that and more. So say it often. Say it boldly. Say it with a heart that knows. Bless this money and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. Say it until your cells hum with prosperity. Say it until every corner of your life begins to bloom. Your career, your home, your relationships, your creativity, your dreams. And while you do this, remember you are not alone. There are countless others, right now, hearing these same words, walking this same path, choosing to bless rather than curse, choosing to believe rather than doubt, choosing to activate divine flow instead of living in fear. Together, we are a rising tide. Together, we lift the vibration of the world. Every dollar blessed by you carries that vibration to the next hand it touches, and so you become not just prosperous, but a source of prosperity, not just wealthy, but a beacon of wealth, not just aligned, but a guide for others. Yes, you who once feared the bank statement, who once felt unworthy of financial ease, who once whispered complaints under your breath. You are now the one who blesses, the one who claims, the one who walks in divine flow. That is your new name. That is your new role. And it all begins now, with a phrase, a whisper, a decision. So before this moment ends, say it one more time, not just with your voice, but with your soul. I bless this money, and all money that flows to me. Money is my friend and servant, circulating freely and returning to me multiplied. Feel the warmth of those words settle into your chest. Feel the energy lift around you. Feel the shift. Not someday, but now. Let this be the day you never forget. The day you stopped fearing money and began blessing it. The day you stopped chasing abundance and began aligning with it. The day you stopped hoping for better and began speaking it into existence. And as you move forward, bless everything, bless your income, no matter how big or small. Bless your business, your clients, your customers. Bless your bank account. Bless your purse, your wallet, your cards, your coins. Bless your spending, your receiving, your investing, your saving. Bless the economy. Bless those who prosper. Bless those who are learning. Bless yourself, because blessing is the bridge. It lifts, it heals, it harmonizes. And every time you bless, you ascend, you rise, you expand. So go now, and live as one who knows, wealth is not a chase, but a current. And your words are the oars that steer the flow. Keep saying it, keep meaning it, and watch. Watch how money begins to respond. Watch how peace takes root where panic once lived. Watch how opportunities knock where doors once seemed closed. Watch how your relationship with wealth becomes one of trust, joy, and divine delight. It is already happening. It is already done. The moment you said the phrase and meant it, the shift began. The law was activated. The current began to flow. So what happens next? That is your decision. That is your blessing to give. That is your harvest to call in. But you know the way now. You have the key. You have the phrase. Say it. Love it. Let it become your new normal. And one day soon, you will look back and say, it all changed when I began to bless the money. Yes, it did.